Go.
Okay, guys. Today is our final quiz for Owls in the Attic. You're all are smirking at me. The final quiz is going to be done how? As a group in the form of mini seminars. You guys gave me yesterday your questions that you pulled from the text. I used all of your questions. Well, I used questions from every group in the seminar questions. I reworded some of them because I wanted you to dig deeper. I wanted you to give me more meaning. How will you answer your questions? There's going to be 3 ways that you're going to work on this test. One way, Michaela, is how?
Let's say like according to the text,
Evidence from the text. Evidence-based terms. Remember our evidence-based terms? You're going to use those. For instance, because the author said, according to the text, those words. It's a big way you're going to answer. Very different than any other test we've taken. Brenda?
Having a reason why you're answering that way.
We always have to have a reason. That's right. We can't just say, no, I don't think so. Well, how come? You know I'm going to come back because you've seen all of your quizzes that I've graded so far, and don't I write all over them? But why? Why do you think this? Why do you say this? No, what's the big way that we're going to answer these questions? Totally different than any way we've done it before. Ava?
in a group.
In a group. You're going to get together with your group. It's two-sided. You're going to discuss each of these questions as a group. As an individual, you will write the answer on your own paper. We're not turning in one for the whole group. Turning in your individual paper. You're going to answer all of those questions in a complete sentence using evidence from the text. Okay? So you'll discuss it as a group. So number 1, don't answer this. Why did they search, what did they search for in the bluffs and why were they looking for it? So you'll talk about that as a group. And then you're going to sit and write down your answer, your own self. Okay? Does everybody understand? This is going to be the first part. We're going to get through this part hopefully today. If we don't, we'll have some time tomorrow to finish working in groups. Now, who remembers and who has it in their ELA journal how we work as a group? I gave you a sheet. You have a little thing you stuck in your book. It's a little acronym for groups. Who remembers? Yes, working in groups. G stands for? R.
Respect others and their thoughts.
So if you don't agree with an answer that someone has, you go, no, that's not right. Is that?
No, that's child.
It is. Thank you, Michaela. Oh, on task. If I'm going to come around and listen in on all of your groups discussing, and let's not talk about Minecraft or Santa Claus or Christmas or where you're going after school today. We're only talking about our novel, Owls in the Attic, or Owls in the Family. How many times are we going to call it in the attic? It's just stuck in my head. It's never coming out. Use. Let's not get the volume high. This is a study group opportunity, Cecil. This is a study group opportunity. Okay? I chose this way because I think you can handle it. I think you're mature enough to handle it. You want to know what group I did this format with last?
6th graders.
6th, 7th, and 8th graders. I did this with middle school kids. But I think you can handle it. Okay? P stands for?
Participate actively.
And so if I come around and I see that you just are not joining in the group, A, is that fair to the rest of your group?
No.
For them to do all the work and you to just sit there and not participate and just write down all the answers?
No.
No, you're actually going to end up in the pod on your own. So far more interesting. You'll learn far more if you work with your group. And then S.
Stay with your group.
So should you ever get up in the middle of a test and wander and visit someone?
Nope.
No, this is a test. This is serious. Okay? All right. Who has a question for me about this format? Who has a question about this format? Nobody? You're going to write your name at the top of your paper, and you're also going to write your group number. Do you have a question for me, JC? Okay, tell me your comment.
Don't go ahead.
Yeah, staying with your group means you stay on the numbered question where your group is. Don't work ahead of your group. I shouldn't have someone tell me that they're done and the rest of their group isn't. You stay on the same question as your group without working ahead. Okay? Is this an open book test?
No.
Sorry, Stacey. This is not an open book test. This is relying on your knowledge of this novel. Okay? I know you guys are going to do a great job. What were the two things that I said that you needed in order to do well on this novel study unit? There was only two things you had to do. Annie, what's one of them?
Vocabulary.
To practice your vocabulary words, there was one other thing. Oh, this is all you had to do.
Pay attention.
Pay attention and listen. Was all you had to do. Tam, do you have a question?
Well, did you say that you put one question from each group?
No, I used your questions. There's usually about one or two questions per group.
Well,
Tam.
Well, if you can identify which
No.
which question is from your group, can you not do because you know the answer?
Nope, you still need to do them all. Because I changed them a little bit. I reworded some of them a little bit. There was something else I wanted to tell you. We're going to move into our groups. And, again, no time. Closed book. There's something else I want to tell you. I'll think of it. So, Group 1 is going to be at the Group 1 table. That was Brendan, Jackson, Logan, and Arden. Oh, the way that you guys broke up these questions was each team had two chapters that they scanned to try to find questions for those two chapters. So that's sort of how it was identified. So Group 1, you're going to sit here. You guys are going to have to move. Group 2, Cassie, Jocelyn, Caden, and Tam. And Rebecca, did you finish reading? Okay, did you finish reading them? Ava, and did you finish reading the book? Okay, why don't you go in the pie? Group 3, here, I'll have you take it tomorrow. You read the whole book. Group 3. Group 6 is Tyler, Ryan, Lily, and Julie. Group 5, JC, Katie, Annie, and Teddy. And Group 4, Michaela, Angel, Dylan, and Leah. When I get to 0, we're going to be sitting quietly at our tables, focused, using soft inside voices to discuss. Are you ready? In 10, 9, 6. Tyler, do you need some help? 5, 4. What do you need?
I just needed to tell her that my penguin came off.
Oh, we'll deal with that later. We're at ELA and this is a test, okay? Awesome sauce. Stacy, do you have a question?
Katie was here earlier.
Katie, well, she'll be back. I'm under that assumption. I think she had to step out with Ms. James. So you may begin.
First question.
But just use quiet inside voices. So I want you to sit and participate with your group. all should have the same answer. Okay. Good job. I want to hear you talking about the answers. Good job, Keith.